Hello, dear friends, and welcome to the world of the International Fab Talks. Fab Talks is all about connecting with people across the world, connecting with different intellectuals from different professions. No matter who you are, we are one with you because we believe in connecting and bonding with people, and we believe in humanity, being inclusive. We have met several people on this platform who have shared so well and who have been accepted by the masses in the right way. So today, join me, my dear friends, to welcome our celebrity and guest. Let's welcome her, celebrate her life and her journey. She is Miss Asha. She's joining us all the way from Bangalore. She's Miss Asha Sreedhar. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session, dear.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting the invitation to the International Fab Talks. We are glad and happy to have your presence, and to share your journey with us is a moment of joy. Thank you so much. Dear ma'am, with your permission, I go ahead and share your profile.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. My dear friends, it's always a honor and our responsibility as well. As you all know that it's really a privilege to share the profile of our celebrities and guests. And today we are going to share the profile of our celebrity. As I earlier mentioned, she is Miss Asha Sreedhar, and she works as a quality analyst, a quality associate, you can call that as well. She is, she comes under the autism spectrum disorder and suffers from Asperger's syndrome. As to what it is, we'll get to know about it in detail as to what are these two terms. Ma'am has lived in 2 different countries and she's been moving back to India. She currently works at SAP Labs India Pvt Limited as a quality associate, and July will mark her 9th year with the same company. She got hired through Enable India's Autism at Work training program in July 2015. She is one of the advisory board members. Let me put that right. She is one of the advisory board members at Ekta Educational and Charitable Trust, and also a member of the Rotary Club in Bangalore. She received the Rotary Award in December 2018 and Karnataka Women's Achievement Award in 2021 for Outstanding Influencer category. She has hosted several autism events and the India Inclusion Summit, written blogs and stories, participated in panel discussion events, etc., including the UN in United Nations, that is when I say UN, in April 2021 for World Autism Awareness Day. She has given several speeches at different places and organizations and has been featured in some of the media houses. Her autism story was once even featured at the UNESCO website, but not anymore, as the website has been updated and has undergone several changes. Her autism life story is being featured in the Dream Book by Spurti Vishwas, along with other Karnataka Women's Achievement Award winners from 2021. And today she's here with us on the Fab Talks. I'm really eager to know as to what is Asperger's syndrome and what is this autism spectrum disorder. How many of us are into it? Join us, friends, to get to know more, to educate ourselves and to create awareness. You never know, your family member, your friend, or maybe somebody you would meet in future may come under this beautiful zone where you need that awareness to treat them with love, respect, and dignity. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session.
Thank you for having me here. I really appreciate it, and it's an honor and pleasure to be here.
The first thing I'd like to congratulate you, ma'am, is your communication skills. You speak so well.
Thank you.
That wonderful communication skill, connecting with people and bonding with people. I really like that. I like your voice. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, we'll get to know more about you by asking you this question. How would you define Asha? Who is she?
So I would define myself as an individual who is very introverted, shy, quiet, and hardworking at my job.
That's really nice, ma'am. Hardworking at her job, quiet and shy, like most of us do that. Even I'm like that in most cases, but I open up only at the right time to people. That's really nice to know about you, ma'am. Dear ma'am, like you are, if you could do us a favor and if you could explain to us at the start itself as to what is Asperger's syndrome.
Yeah, so Asperger syndrome is also a form of autism spectrum disorder, and it is just like autism. where the individual, it affects mostly the brain of an individual. So the individual will have delays in speeches, and there are different levels of autism, like from severe to mild and borderline. And
Yes.
they'll display repetitive behaviors. They also throw tantrums. They'll show limited interest in only certain topics based on what they like. And they lack social skills and communication. And some are very smart with the topics in academics. And
Yes.
they're meant only for certain jobs.
Yes, Steve. You gave us a good clarity, ma'am. When did you recognize, or when did you identify yourself having this Asperger syndrome? When was it very clear to you that yes, something is different and I'm working on it, or maybe I understand what's the thing with me? Like, I am having this thing called as the Asperger syndrome. When did you identify it? Who identified it for you? Is it your parent, are they your parents, or your friends, your teachers, or you yourself?
So let me begin my story in the first country where I was born. So I was first born in Malawi. It's a country landlocked in Africa between Tanzania and Mozambique. So it started when I joined a preschool where my parents enrolled me. A teacher noticed that something was wrong with me because I was outside catching butterflies and playing with the farm animals instead of learning with the other children in the classroom. She pointed out to my parents that something is wrong with your daughter because she's not in the classroom learning with the other kids. I think she has a problem. But she said, I don't know what is the problem. You may have to take her and get her checked. So my parents took me to South Africa because it was a very developed country, as Malawi didn't have the resources, proper doctors. And then we visited with several doctors and specialists in South Africa, and they couldn't find out what was the problem. They said possibly dyslexia and lack of motor skills. That's what they told. So after that, my parents took me back to Malawi and put me in an institute where I went through some therapy sessions with a therapist from South Africa, like speech, behavioral, games therapy. They would play games with us and do flashcards for word pronunciation. After that, my parents enrolled me in a British private school with the normal children. Teachers and the staff, students were very accepting despite my disability. They encouraged me to participate in lots of extracurricular activities as school made it mandatory, like swimming, basketball, different sports, dances, theater, arts, drama, young farmers club, art, and all sorts of other, like board games, sewing, etc. And school was very nice, but they were very strict. But as the years went by, the academics started becoming very difficult. So my parents and I took a huge and firm decision to move to the US because of me. And that was when I was 9 years old. And then after shifting to US, I got enrolled in a public school, American public school. And there the school staff and teachers gave me lots of paperwork, assessments, tests. And then they diagnosed me as having autism spectrum disorder and Asperger syndrome. That too, they said it's mild and borderline, there's nothing to worry, that it will improve once you start communicating, socializing, playing with the kids. So they provided speech therapy services and special education services for me until 7th grade. And then after that, I was on my own with academics.
Yes, Steve, that's really nice. I mean, you've shared all of that very clearly, from Malawi to South Africa, and from there back to a British school, and then from there you went to the US.
Yes.
When was the decision made to come back to India?
The decision was made to come back to India in 2014 because I worked a few jobs related to my college major, which was in the healthcare industry. But unfortunately, those jobs were very hard for me to sustain because they required intensive customer service interaction and multitasking, which are weaknesses for individuals like me with autism. But one of my managers observed me on the job and told me that this is not the end of the world. She just said, you have a problem. I think only IT sector is for you. I think you should pursue a new career in IT, take some courses and go work in that field.
Yes, Steve. And it's really nice that you're now, almost touching the 9th year. In July, you'll be completing 9 years in the same company.
Yes.
Right. Now, could you share your journey with regard to your professional space in the present job that you are in?
Yeah, so my professional journey started first after I came back to India. I learned software testing at an institute where I obtained certificate and I also obtained another certificate for doing the internship with that institute. After that, I didn't know anything. We started calling companies, visiting organizations on whether they will hire me, take me for jobs. But unfortunately, in India, it's a very competitive country. They said you need a bachelor's degree and you need to know loads of programming languages and not only testing. It was very difficult. I felt very sad because they had a large pool of candidates who were highly qualified. So I explained the situation to my aunt who's in the US. So she told me not to give up. She said, there is hope for you. She spent a large amount of time doing some tremendous research. And she said, there are some organizations here in Bangalore that help individuals with autism. Why don't you reach out, talk to them? So we found an organization called Enable India, thanks to her big help. And they said, we are doing the Autism Network program. So I joined the second batch and I was the only girl with 10 boys in that program. So it was fun. We were like a family. We did lots of fun training. We had arts therapy and different fun activities. And we used to go to SAP Labs for job shadowing and to do some activities there. After that, I got selected for SAP Labs Private Limited after doing well in the training in July 2015 as a quality associate, which is where I'm still working today. After that, the Enable India staff came and gave a self-advocacy presentation about my autism to the teammates and my manager and mentor. So they were shocked to learn that I have autism, and others were hearing about it for the first time and wanted to learn more about it.
Yes, dear. That's really nice, ma'am. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. How did you feel when you were one among the 10 boys?
I felt good and a lot of pride because I was the only girl.
Now, with regard to friendship, how many of your friends have been connected with you right from the start till date? What do you have to say about friendship, ma'am?
Friends here in India are very friendly and they're very concerned, supporting and encouraging. And we are also like sibling at the same time.
Do you have a sibling too?
I have a sibling.
What is your relationship with your sibling? Very good, or maybe you are very competitive with each other?
She's very good and she's very concerned and caring about me.
That's really nice, ma'am. Yes, dear. Now, dear ma'am, I would like you to just give us a briefing for all the parents out there, maybe the parents who are expecting their first child or who are expecting a baby, maybe their second or third one, we never know. I want you to enlighten them with lots of clarity with regard to autism spectrum. Yes, ma'am.
So I would have to say they must get the child diagnosed quickly with autism at a place like Nimhans, where they have very good doctors. And then they have to start therapy services very early if they need speech therapy, cognitive behavioral, before they start their schooling. And they must check which schools are willing to accommodate, support the student with autism, and talk to the school children and the teachers. And check what are the child's interests, because they must do some extracurricular activity on the side so that they don't feel bored only sitting and studying, like art, dancing, sport, whatever they like. And evenings, they must encourage the kids outside to play with them, accommodate. And weekends, they must take the child out. So,
yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing it. Now, ma'am, have you ever seen yourself when you were outside in the market area or in either giving a speech or you have conducted several seminars, you were connected with the UN in April 2021 as well, and lot of stories, you might have been connecting with lots of people and viewing them as well. You might have come across several incidents. Have you seen or met a person who has the same syndrome or the symptoms, like you could say, or I mean, this person is something similar to me and he or she has Asperger syndrome? Have you ever identified that?
no, because they were only doing the interviews with me alone.
Yes, dear. And like, what is the acceptance rate among all the other people who are in and around your space? How do they react when you can communicate with them? Are they very inclusive or they are very like, let's cut her off, or like, there are certain people who have different mindsets. So how was your experience and how is your experience till date, if I could ask that?
So in Africa, it was very inclusive, no doubt. Their kids still accommodated, played with me, and used to cheer for me in sports competitions, despite having disability. In the US, it was not very accepting because I got extremely bullied, and they used to say that I'm weird and call some bad names, which used to upset me. Here in India, it's better. People are very accepting, accommodating, helpful, and friendly, and they're willing to understand what are your strengths and willing to help in that job.
Yes, dear. That's good to know, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your experiences. Thank you. Now, dear ma'am, do you watch movies too?
I do.
Which is your favorite one?
Temple Grandin.
Yes, dear. Have you been like on a picnic with your colleagues? Have you been traveling across India to different states?
Yeah, once I went with my coworkers for a team outbound, twice.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. What is it that you love about Asha? What is the special thing about Asha?
The special thing I love about myself is that I have commitment to my job.
Yes, dear. That's really nice to know, ma'am. Now, ma'am, there might have been certain people in your life or certain people in and around your space. It could be strangers, it could be your colleagues, it could be friends, your family members as well. Have they hurt you? And yet you've been able to forgive them. And yes, if you have forgive, then how many times did you forgive such people who have been constantly hurting you?
So few people who have seen me now from US have forgiven me and told that I was very sorry, that what I did was wrong, and they have made a friend with me again. So I have forgiven them. And now they are not as rough and tough. They're very soft.
Yes, dear. Thank you for sharing. Now, ma'am, on certain days, we all face our lows. We may like not feel okay on certain days. We don't want to get up and face the world. We want to be stuck in our bed and like don't want to face the world or don't want to get up from that space. So when you face that bad day or when you feel that you are on a low, how do you get the energy and strength to rise up again and like a phoenix and face the day?
So if I'm facing that problem, I manage to clear it and I manage to focus on something which will put me in a good mood, like reading a novel or listening to music.
Yes, dear. You're a wonderful inspiration to many of us, ma'am. Who you consider as an inspiration? Would you let us know about it?
I consider Dr. Sylvia Earle as an inspiration. She's the first female oceanographer.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. What kind of a change you'd love to see in the world, Ashaji?
The kind of change I would like to see in the world is people and animals having equal living in an environment.
Wow, that's really nice. Any dream projects for the future?
Dream projects in the future, once I start becoming older, I want to go and help animals and rescue animals.
Wow, help and rescue animals. Your favorite one, dear?
My favorite?
Your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is bird.
Birds?
Yes?
Wow, that's really nice. Do you have one at home?
No. I used to have pets when I was in Africa. I had 6 dogs, a baby chick, a fish tank, and rabbits.
That's really nice. That's wonderful. Now, dear ma'am, now there are certain people who are unable to identify between smart work and hard work. How would you take this question? Now, in life or in our professional zone, smart work and hard work plays an important role. Do you agree both are equal or one, is better than the other?
I think it's depending on the individual, which way of working would work for them. They are not the same, in my opinion. They are both very different.
Yes, dear. Would you like to relive somebody's life for a moment and be back? Like if I may put this question in this way,
Sorry?
like imagine I give you a time machine
Yes.
as a project work and we ask you to click one of the button. And then when you click one of the buttons, that takes you into the past era where you have to relive somebody's life and return back. If
Yes.
this was the case, whose life you would love to relive and return back?
I would say Margot Frank, Anne Frank's sister.
That's really nice. That's wonderful. What about sports, cricket, anything like that you have an interest?
No sports.
Indoor games?
No games.
Are you good at singing?
No.
Your favorite song?
Favorite song is an American song.
Could you give us the title, please?
El Condor Pasa.
Would you mind singing that for us?
I don't know how to sing.
Maybe you could just share the lyrics. I just like that. You could read it out for us.
Just the song says that it starts up by saying, I'd rather be a forest than a snail. That's what the song is,
Okay.
if I could.
Thank you for sharing. Dear ma'am, how would you want to be remembered in this world? And why should people remember Asha?
So I want people to remember me as the person who has suffered in life to get to where I am today, that life was not easy for me, and that life is full of challenges and struggles.
Yes, dear. I understand that. Yes, thank you for sharing. And you were genuine when you're sharing that. I want the world to hear this. Yes, dear. Let's be more compassionate, kind, loving. Let us live together in peace and harmony. You live and let others live as well. So
Yes.
live and let live is the principle. Dear ma'am,
Mm.
what is it like, if I could say, like, have you been able to find a partner for yourself? Like, is it easy or it's difficult to find someone like who has the same thought process as yours, or someone who could share time and space with you?
It is very difficult to find the same person who has same commonalities and interests, as everybody is different and unique.
Yes, dear. Have you been able to find your life partner till date, or it's quite difficult?
It's very difficult.
But you're an awesome person, ma'am. You have such a lovely command over English. You're very polite when you speak, and that really makes you so, beautiful. I wish that someone out there really meets you,
Yes.
and you have a wonderful life in future, both of you. I would really want that for you. Yes, you never know who is there out there wanting to meet somebody like you. You never know. There must be somebody out there, a soulmate, would want to connect and bond with you. And I just hope that somebody comes forward and meets you, because you are a lovely person, and maybe somewhere there may be somebody as lovely as you to bond. Dear ma'am, what is it that what is the message that you would like to give to the younger generation?
So my message to the younger generation is to focus on academics, as education is the key to the future. Go to school, graduate, get your diploma, and then go to college, study something, and work in a good job, and participate in a lot of volunteer work activities to create awareness of our environment, oceans, animals, etc.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, now there are several people who give constructive criticism, or they criticize. It could be either constructive or destructive criticism. Now, what kind of criticism you might have faced either in the workspace, or just like when you were in any other work that you were doing or communicating with somebody? So have you found anybody communicating or connecting with people maybe? Have you found anybody criticizing you harshly or in a constructive way?
So here in my workplace, nobody does it in a harsh way. We do that in a positive way.
Yes, dear. That's really nice to know, ma'am. And with regard to forgiveness, how would you rate yourself? As I earlier asked you this, how would you rate yourself with regard to forgiving others on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say a 7.
How nice. That's really wonderful. Now, dear ma'am, we go on to the next question. How many languages are you proficient in?
Just one language.
English?
English.
What about Kannada? You're in Bangalore, right?
Yeah, at least few words.
Yes, dear. Yes. Now, ma'am, would you like to share your favorite quotation or a proverb with us, which is very close to your heart?
Yeah, so my favorite quotation is, I am different, not less, by Temple Grandin.
Superb. That's really nice. Wonderful. Your proudest accomplishment till date?
So my proudest accomplishment is being the only female in Enable India's Autism Network Employability Training Program, and being the only female with autism working in SAP Labs India Pvt.
That's excellent. That's wonderful. Ma'am, you are also a speaker.
Yes.
How many different kinds of platforms you've been giving your speech, or you've been sharing your thoughts and views, and how was that feeling?
So I've been sharing with several organizations. I've also talked at the UN, and at India Inclusion Summit. So there's a lot to count. It's difficult to keep track and count. And it feels good to give speeches.
That's really nice. You are an awesome speaker because the words that you speak, the words that you are able to put forward and, speak out and share your thoughts and views, you place them in the right way, in the right order. And when anyone listens to you, they would want to continuously listen to you. You have that wonderful gift.
Yes.
Say gift of the gab. So you have that. That's really nice. And dear ma'am, are you an early bird or a night owl?
I'm an early bird.
Yes, dear. You love home cooked food or food ordered from out?
Can you repeat the question?
You like home cooked food or food ordered from out?
Home cooked food.
Are you good at cooking too?
No.
Have you ever tried?
I've tried, but I'm scared of the gas.
Yes, dear. I understand. Ma'am, you believe in experiential learning or theoretical learning?
Excuse me?
You believe in experiential learning or theoretical learning?
I believe in experiential learning.
Yes, dear. I get that. Dear ma'am, your favorite teacher's name?
My favorite teacher's name is Miss Adkins.
Yes, dear. Now, how would you define a beautiful day in just one word? Maybe it was a very nice day, or you want a day like this to be as perfect as this. So how would you put it just in one word?
So I would say for a beautiful day, which I've had in the past, is participating in events, sports competitions, and winning first place.
Yes.
In Africa.
Yes. Life is all about money or happiness? Life is all about money or happiness?
Life is about happiness.
How do you explain that?
Happiness means you should be happy with what we have in life, that at least we have a shelter, home, we have food, money, job.
Yes, dear. Now, ma'am, salty, sweet, spicy, or sour food?
So salty.
Yes, dear. When you're all alone and no one is around you, no gadget as well, no book as well, you're connected to your thoughts. Where do your thoughts take you, past, present, or future?
So sometimes my thoughts take me to past and sometimes to the future, depending on the topics.
Yes. You'd love to spend time on a beach or in a forest?
Beach.
Song or dance? Song or dance?
Stop.
Song or dance?
No dance.
Song.
Song.
Song. As you earlier mentioned, one of
Yes.
the English songs that you've just mentioned. Yes. Now, if I give you a choice to pick up a book or listen to music, what would you select?
I would select book.
Yes. Your favorite season, ma'am?
My favorite season is winter.
Yes. You'd love to travel by land, by roadways, railways, waterways, or airways?
I like to travel by flying.
Wow, that's really nice. Yes, dear. You like to spend time in a little city? I could put that in a little, not little city, it should be a big city, a large city, a small village, or a little town.
Both small village and town.
Oh, that's really nice. Now, ma'am, have you seen people like in a very sad situation and you wanted to help them, but you couldn't help them, but yet you tried to get help for them from somewhere else? Has the situation ever occurred in your life?
No, I never get involved in those situations.
Yes, dear. What brings a smile on your face?
What brings a smile on my face is the friendliness of people who say hi to me and greet me.
Any weakness?
Any what?
Weakness.
Weakness is that I always enjoy my job no matter what happens in life.
Yes. Anything that scares you?
Yeah, lightning and thunder.
Do you ever get angry?
Yes.
What makes you angry?
If people mess with my things or touch my things without asking. And if things are not kept orderly or properly.
Yes, I get that. I get that. Dear ma'am, the best gift you've received till date?
The best gift which I've received is love.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. Your favorite breakfast, ma'am?
My favorite breakfast is dosa.
Your favorite month?
My favorite month is March.
Your birthday?
Birthday also March,
Which day, ma'am?
28th.
Oh, great. That's wonderful. Which is your favorite day of the week?
Favorite day of the week is Friday.
I understand. It's a weekend and then you will get holidays, right?
Yes.
Monday. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, I'd like to go on with the next question. What is the one thing that you hate about your job?
The one thing I hate about my job is if it's too much workload.
Yes. What is the one thing you love about your job?
What I love about my job is I don't have customer service and multitasking.
Yes, dear. Did you ever regret spending money on any item or article and said, oh, why did I buy this? I don't need it.
Yes, I have in the past.
Yes, dear. You believe in comfort or style?
I believe in comfort.
Yes, dear. Your favorite kind of music?
My favorite kind of music is English music.
Your favorite snacks?
My favorite snacks are like eating cucumbers, raw veggies like carrots, and salad type food.
Tea or coffee?
No tea or coffee.
Lucky, you are very lucky. Yes, dear. Now we have the modern technology in our hands. Each one of us possesses a mobile. Everyone,
Yes.
almost all of us. Now we have the liberty to either text or call. Now, what do you prefer? Calling or texting is easy for you?
I would prefer text.
Yes, dear. The insect that you don't like.
And what?
The insect that you don't like.
Insect which I don't like is cockroach.
Yes, dear. I get that. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, would you like to share anything else which I haven't asked you or focused on with regard to any topic that I haven't touched and covered upon? Like you want to share it with everyone? You're most welcome.
There's nothing else to share.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. We'd love to have many more sessions with you. We'd like to have a panel discussion with you. We want different youngsters to come out and connect with you to get to know more about, Asperger syndrome and as well as autism spectrum disorder, such that we
Yes.
could enlighten many more people across the world. So
Yes.
we invite you again for a panel discussion, my dear. Would you
Sure.
be obliged to join us?
Definitely. I would love to join.
Yes, dear. As a parting gift, ma'am, I'd like to request you to share 3 magical words in the form of empowering us. Like, these 3 words could empower us. Apart from please, sorry, and thank you, we always put in a little request to all our celebrities and guests who are on the International Fab Talks to share 3 magical words.
3 magical words I would say are accept, embrace, understand.
Wow, you were so quick on that. Embrace, accept, and understand. This is what we want all of you to do, my dear friends. Do not pinpoint or, do not try to tease others or, bully others. Please be accepting, be inclusive, love and respect all. All of us have a right on this earth. We need not dominate each other. So let's be accepting, loving, kind, and have a lot of compassion. Thank you so much, Asha ma'am, for being here with us. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
Thank you, dear. My dear friends, if you like what we are doing on the International Fab Talk, stay connected with us and do us a favor. Please share this video with the right kind of people. You never know who may want to hear what was shared today here, how ma'am has been able to overcome all the challenges. As she said, life was not easy and isn't easy as well till date, but yet she is very positive and she hopes for a brighter future. In the same way, we want you to share this video such that others could be enlightened. They could, come to know the real terms of how people are living with this disorder, the Asperger's disorder, Asperger's syndrome, and autism spectrum disorder, all of that. So it's time to awaken the senses of people around us and not to be insensitive. That's it. Please do share this video. And of course, if you like the videos that we share, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share. Thank you very much, ma'am. Looking forward to many more interactions with you. And towards the end, I'd like to again congratulate you for your awesome voice, your communication skills, and the way you connect with people and bond with people. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Stay blessed and stay safe, everyone.
Thank you. Same to you.